Hello viewers, welcome to my channel once again. This is the continuation for software engineering. Today we are going to answer some frequently asked questions about software. So one may ask, what is a software? And remember, as software engineering, we should know when and how to answer such question. So when someone asks you what is a software, you simply tell them that a computer program and what associated documentation, software product. Okay, so software product may be developed for a particular customer or may be developed for a general market. Let's come to the next question, which may be asked that what are the attributes of a good software? Okay, so good software should deliver the required functionalities and performance to the user and should be maintainable, dependable, and usable. Let's move on to our next questions, which asks, what is software engineering itself? So software engineering is an engineering discipline that is concerned with all aspects of software production. So this is the best answer for this question. Our next question also going to ask that what are some of the fundamental software engineering activities? Look at the keywords over here. Fundamental software engineering activities. So in terms of this question, the person is trying to ask you some of these activities that involves in what engineering as a software. So we have the software specification that is fully about how do we call it, the requirement aspect, the software development, where developmental aspect goes in with design and everything. Then software validation, that's where to make sure you test them to see if you're working right. And software evolution, and that is probably about any changes or maintainability to that software. So let's move on to the next question, which is going to ask you what's the difference between a software engineering and a computer science. I know most of you in the computer science, you are learning software engineering. You have people who are doing the software engineering as a professional course, but these are some of the differences you're supposed to know. So when we talk about computer science, it focuses on the theory and the fundamentals. Software engineering is concerned with the practicalities of developing and delivering a useful software. What is the difference between software engineering and system engineering? This question sounds so tricky to just know the difference. Software engineering is concerned with all aspects of computer-based systems development, including the hardware and the software part, and processing engineering. But for software engineering, it is part of this more general process. Okay, so it is part of it. You need it. Okay, so what are some of the challenges, or what are the key challenges facing software engineering? Coping with increasing diversity, demands for reduced delivery, and also developing trustworthy. So let me just answer the question well for you. Is that what are the key challenges facing software engineering? So one of the factors is that coping with increasing diversity. This is talking about, you see, as time goes on, there are new functionalities, there are new strengths, there are new and beautiful things coming. So as a software engineer, you should be able to adapt to all this. So when the customer comes and be like, I want this, you can't tell them you can't do it. You have to find a way and do it. So these are some of the things that they faces. And also the demand for delivery time. Right now, people will just give you a software and they're asking you that they need a software within just a week. Something that some software takes like months, you need yours in a week. How is that possible? So they're going to put pressure on you so that you could deliver this as faster as you could. And trust me, it can really take a whole lot of time. You will not sleep. Thinking about it is not easy. The last one is developing a trustworthy software. It's not easy to just develop a software which is trustworthy. You have to make sure that security and everything is intact. Remember that as you're doing it, there are hackers who are also trying to find a way to enter into your system. And all these things makes it very, very difficult. So let's move on to the next questions. It says that what are the costs of software engineering? So in terms of costs, roughly 60% of software costs are for the developmental cost. The remaining 40% is going for the testing. So that's how it is. But in other way, for custom software, evolution cost often exceed developmental costs. So with this side, when you are having a customized, software, in terms of maintaining it, can even cost you more than even the developmental cost. That's how it works like. So let's move to the next question, which says that what are the best software engineering techniques and what methods? What are the best software engineering techniques and what method? So while all the software projects have to be professional managed and developed, different techniques are appropriate for different types of system. For example, a gaming should be developed using a series of prototypes where safety critical controls system requires a complete analyzable specifications to be developed. You can't therefore just see that one method is better than another, while all software projects have to be professionally managed and developed. Different techniques are appropriate for different types of system. For example, games should always be developed using a series of prototypes, whereas safety critical control system requires a complete and analyzable specification to be developed. You can't therefore say that one method is better than another. So my last question for the day goes for what differences has the web made towards software engineering? What differences has the web made towards software engineering? So the web has led to the availability of software services and the possibilities of developing a highly distributed service-based systems. The web-based system development has led to the importance and the advances in programming language and software we use. So these are some of the questions. Let's use a word, frequently asked questions that you may be receiving about software, and as a software engineer, you should be having some of these answers. Please remember that the way you answer your questions is going to be different from just a layman's own. As a software engineer, you can't be just answering roughly. You have some keywords and terms that you're supposed to use, and that is what we need from you as a software engineer. Okay, so this is going to be the end of this section. If you're interested and support whatever we're teaching over here, please just click on the like button and also subscribe. Share it to others for others to get information about this. We're going to say a very big thank you to everyone. We'll be releasing the other sections. We had the previous section which talks about the introduction. Today we talked about some of the frequently questioned. So the next chapters will be released for you, and please don't forget to leave your comment section if you have any problem, and we're going to attend to it very well to you. Please, thank you for everyone's time and also for viewing our channel. This is Danielson Gambra. Thank you very much.